परम पवित्र भगवत ध्वजा आज के अतिथि रवि तिलक जी, वंदना तिलक जी, वेस्ट कोस्ट संभाग संघचालक माननीय विनोद अम्बस्ता जी, सेरिटोस नगर संघचालक माननीय राजकुमार जी, हिंदू स्वयंसेवक संघ के सभा समिति सदस्य माननीय मनोहर शिंदे जी, अतिथिगण, स्वयंसेवक बंधु एंड सेविका भगिनी. Today we have assembled to celebrate Vijayadashmi. It is not the first time we are celebrating, and this is not the last time we are going to celebrate. Vijayadashmi is the 10th day and the culmination of Navaratri. And probably we all know that Navaratri is the worship of three goddesses: Saraswati, Durga and Lakshmi. And probably we all know the role of all these three goddesses. And one of the simplest analogies is, let us think that all of us today came in the car, right? And there are three important elements in the car. We need to have a steering wheel, and we need to have an engine, and we also need to have a gas. And all these three things have to function in coordination, then only you will come here. The steering wheel, whether to go to left or right, put us in the right, is the ability to have the discrimination to have on the road safely. That is the knowledge, Saraswati. And also, engine can go however way we want, but depending upon the traffic, the light and signal and the speed limit and the cops, we need to make sure that we have the ability to control the engine. That is why Saraswati is very important. But the engine is also important, right? Durga. The power to push the car. And then, to have the engine working, we need to have the gas. So unless we have these three things together, similarly, unless we have the control of the Saraswati, Lakshmi and Durga, we will not become good human beings. In the beginning of the Pradarshan, children sang Sri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajanam. But Rama is known because of Ravana also. If you really look into Rama as well as Ravana, both are scholars. In fact, Ravana has written a very nice poem on Lord Shiva, right? Jadatavi Chadajjala Pravaha Pavitastane. It's a very famous composition. He's a great scholar. He was a king, just like Rama. In fact, the description about Rama and Ravana includes that both of them are beautiful also. But what made the difference between Rama and Ravana? Ravana was rich king. He was ruling the kingdom called Sri Lanka, Sri Lanka. We all know the description of Sri Lanka. But he was not satisfied. He was arrogant, he was greedy, he was egoistic, and he was after lust. And He wanted to put his interest ahead of others. We don't know much about Ravana before Sita's episode, kidnapping Sita. But once the one Sri Lanka or the Ravana Saina came to know or comes to know that Rama Lakshmana is going to come to Sri Lanka, lot of people gave him advice, including his own brother as well as his mama. The greedy man, the arrogant man, the man with the ego was not able to listen. Contrary to that, who was Rama? There is a saying, whoever came in contact and touched by Ravana, although they were human beings, they behaved like animals. On the contrary, those who came in contact with Rama, although they were animals, they behaved like humans. That difference of Ravana, of putting him ahead of everyone, and the difference of Rama, when he was asked to go for the forest, he did not complain. He did not say, why it is me? He lived for others. He wanted to fulfill the promise of his father. After the war, when the Ravana was killed, how did he report this to Sita? He didn't say to Sita Mata saying that, this is where the war happened and this is where the fight happened and Ravana was killed. No. In a very simple sentence he said, this is where Ravana died. And he also put him behind others. There is something called Brahmana Hatya. Those who have read Ramayana also know probably the famous place in Tamil Nadu. Can anyone tell me? Rameshwar. Just because he had done the Brahmana Hatya, he wanted to do the Shivalinga and do the puja, and he did it. So this character of Rama and character of Ravana is in us. It all depends upon how we change. It all depends upon what makes us to change. People who have read humanity, people who have read people's psychology, people who have seen other people changing, they have made one conclusion very clearly. No one individual can change others. I would like to repeat, no one individual can change others. But we still see the change. The change is not from the external, change is from the internal. I have to change when it comes in our mind, then we will be able to change. So in 1925, when the Sangh started in Bharat, started by Dr. G, he had only a handful of children, Kishore. Nobody knows why he picked a handful of children then. But very recently, when we had a Ghosh work in the East Coast, there was one person came and he was looking and he gave one very nice analogy. Now when you look back, it makes me understand why Dr. G picked Vegetarian young children. The story goes something like this. A family places an order for a furniture and it is in Mumbai. And you know, Mumbai means you have to go up many floors. So they say this furniture needs to be delivered. So they say, okay, which floor? 13th floor. So they take the furniture to that building, go to the 13th floor, and then they realize they are in the wrong building. By that time, their energy has all gone. They neither had the energy to bring the furniture down and go to the next building and go again to the 13th floor. So if you want to decide to act, and if you are already past 50, after that our life is 50-50, we don't know how long we are going to live. What can we do? Probably this is the reason Dr. Ji picked the young one who can pick an idea. Swami Vivekananda has said the quotation, right? Pick an idea and work for it till you attain the goal. So Dr. Ji picked this Shakha system 86 years ago. Today, as the Geet said, there is no place left in Bharat, north to south, east to west, where people have not heard about Shakha. In America, in 1918, an organization was officially registered. That doesn't mean that Sangh work was not there before. It was there. But let us just try to understand what Shakha is. You are all coming to Shakha, so it is not new. What I am going to tell is not new. But I still want to tell, because it is a day of Vijayadashmi, where we need to have a little bit more understanding, so that whatever we do it a little bit more. As Raviji mentioned, we need to act. Only then we can find the results. Shakha, we say that it is for Vyakti Nirman. It is for character building. It is for inculcating leadership qualities. And as an organization, we also say that every Swayamsevak who comes today should become a Karyakarta, and every Karta should have an understanding of organizational aspects. So in addition to personality development, character development, inculcating leadership qualities, we also need to understand organizational skills. And also say that we are a Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We also say that Shakha is for everyone, it is for the family. And when we really go into Shakha, we have only two kinds of activities, right? Physical, Sharirik, and intellectual, Bauddhik. Is there anything called mental well-being, Manasika, in Shakha? Spiritual, emotional, psychological? None. It is not part of the plan. But we have Sharirik as well as intellectual, Bauddhik as well as physical. Why? Going back to change in the person starts within. In English, there is a saying called a sound mind in a sound body. If we have good physical activity, good intellectual activity, that can only foster mental well-being, emotional well-being, psychological well-being, and spiritual well-being. They are not the activities, they are the byproducts of the activity. So as we go to the Shakha, let us make sure that we create that good environment for physical, good environment for intellectual, so that all the other aspects of well-being will be inculcated. And we also say, in the report Madhuji said, we have 9 family chakras. Let us make sure that we are there as family. It is not just the children. Because if it is just children are there, how can we say it is a family chakra? How can we say that children should experience the family environment when we don't have parents, when we don't have uncles and aunts, mausha, maushi, kaka, kaku, atya, mama, all these things, right? So to make sure that family environment is created, because we want to have that environment, right? And only when that environment is there, this all the well-being of human being is taken care. So we need to make sure that we will be there as part of it to inculcate that environment, foster that environment, so these things can happen. So therefore, my request to everyone on this day of Vijayadashmi is, let us make sure that we understand this aspect of parivartan, that is change coming in ourselves, has to begin in us, and only thing what we can do is foster the environment. Just to give a simple example, we all know at least some amount of gardening, I believe. What is required for a seed to sprout? We need good soil, and we need some amount of water, and also some amount of sunlight. Is it right? So let us take the seed, put it in a bowl, and take amount of soil, put it in another bowl, take some amount of water in another bowl, and put all these three in the sunlight. Do you think seed is going to have the sapling? No, I don't think so. So those who know a little bit of gardening, they started nodding head like this, in case we didn't see. On the other hand, we need this water. So let us do one thing. Let us take a seed. We all have a lake here, right? Just throw the seed. There's enough water. Of course, there is soil underneath the lake. Of course, you get the sunlight. Are you going to get the sapling? Again, they are nodding head like this. Why? They are required in the desired proportion. So similarly, when we go to Shaka, let us make sure that we have that appropriate ratio of physical and intellectual activity combined for fostering the environment. Children are like seeds. They need to be given appropriate care. Too much of love will spoil. No love will make them bad. And I don't think a bad mind can think about bringing change in themselves. So with this Shaka, understanding a little bit about it, and as a Hindu, I think we owe quite a lot to this country. This is my individual understanding.